Hey, what's going on, guys? So, with the most recent patch, the Rhen'ho Flayer got a lot better. So, the Rhen'ho Flayer is this ceremonial knife. Plague of Toads now seek out enemies and can explode twice. Now, the reason that got better is because of the passive Fetish Sycophants and how they reworked it. Now, when you hit enemies with your spells, you have up to a 10% chance to summon a dagger-wielding fetish to fight by your side for 60 seconds. So, this used to be on cast, now it's on hit. And Plague of Toads has always had a really high on-hit proc chance as it was, and with the Rhen'ho Flayer allowing the Toads to have a chance to seek enemies out also gives it even more of a chance to summon with the passive. So we're going to run Addling Toads for more crowd control. You have a 15% chance to confuse affected enemies for 4 seconds. You could also run Explosive Toads for more damage, potentially, if you wanted to. It just kind of depends on how your gear is set up. If you've got a ton of toughness, Explosive Toads is probably the way to go, but the crowd control is pretty great from this. We're going to run Wrathful Protector Gargantuan, summon Zombie Dogs, Burning Dogs, with the Tall Man's Finger. This also got buffed in the patch. It feels like the big dog does the damage of about twice the amount of dogs you would normally have out. So if you'd normally have 3 dogs out, the big dog feels like it's dealing about 6 dogs worth of damage. Hopefully that makes sense. So that is pretty powerful, and I like the Fire rune because it gives you a little bit extra ability to clear trash quickly. The Fire aura is pretty nice. So as far as the rest of the spec goes, Piranha's Paranado, Spirit Walk Jaunt, Big Bad Voodoo Slam Dance, Pierce the Veil, Grave Injustice, and Fierce Loyalty. This also got reworked in the patch. You now get 30% movement speed while out of combat and a pet is following you. So it gives you a bunch of movement speed, while you're going from pack to pack, or if you get to a dead end and you have to backtrack or something like that. It's really nice for that. It also gives you 1 additional zombie dog, which with the also buffs the Tall Man's Finger. So that's pretty good. As far as gear goes, Mask of Jerem, Tasker and Theos, pretty standard. We're gonna run 3 pieces of Oglids, shoulders, chest, bracers. Because we want to be able to run 2 rings, opposed to having to run a Ring of Royal Grandeur in just 2 pieces. So we're going to run the Tall Man's Finger and a Physical Stone of Jordan. Now we're not going to run any of the Witch Doctor specific class sets, no Zuni Masa or anything. So the Oglid set, we're going to run 2-piece Blackthorns, mainly for the 10% more damage versus elites. And then a Harrington Waistguard. You copy and Serpent for 28% less damage with the dog. And just a Golden Gorgon Leoric. Now, you want to stack physical damage in this build for the fetishes more than anything. So I'd like to have physical here and here. Unfortunately, I just don't have the pieces at the moment. I need a good physical amulet, and this is only Oglid's bracers I have. I need to craft a few more to get a physical pair. But fire's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it does buff, summon zombie dogs, burning dogs, and Wrathful Protector, so it's not the end of the world there. So as far as Paragon goes, get as much movement speed as you need in core, then go int. Make sure you get to that 50% chance to crit. You may not get any crit here before you get attack speed and crit damage, depending on what your crit's like on your gear. But get 50% chance to crit, because that's how much your pets get benefit from. And then crit damage, then attack speed. Defense, armor percentage, life percentage, all resist. Utility, area damage, life on hit, gold find. You don't need any resource cost reduction in this build. You're not really using any mana at all, for the most part. So that's the spec, and the Paragon, and the gear. I'm going to go ahead and turn my mic off for the gameplay portion of the video. We want to get this pretty much every rift 10 minutes or less. I don't think I've done a rift with this build that was more than 10 minutes yet. I'd like to get them down to like 6 to 8 minutes, though, each time. That would be really nice. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy it.
The spirits smile upon you. I struck at your heart. Strike is true. Your evil undoes me. We need more time. We need more time.
Alright, so there you go, guys. Pretty quick, pretty fun build. It's pretty hard to die with it, to be honest. That wasn't the hardest rift in the entire world, but you know, it's really pretty simple build to play and pretty easy to play. And you don't need a ton of legendaries to make it work. I mean, you do need some legendaries. Don't get me wrong, but you know, you don't have to get like 4-piece Zuni or 6-piece Jade or anything like that to do high torments with it, which is nice. You don't need a Star Metal Kukri. You know, Blackthorns, Oglids, which you can craft. The hardest pieces to get are going to be probably a good Mask of Jerem and the Tasker and Theos and an SOJ. But the rest of the gear, you know, it is legendaries, but it's really not that difficult to put together. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.